Hello here, YouTube. It's Lisa Stade of the Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed YouTube channels here. And now I will continue with part 9 or part 10 on my review and the actual history behind the movie Downfall. From 2004, that's about Bruno Granz's life. Uh, Now, what I left off was Goebbels being sad that he can't die with Hitler with his family, and he decides to go about it anyway and disobey Hitler. He never tells Hitler this because he decides to do this after Hitler's dead. Because if he told him, he probably would have met the same fate, or probably might have been lucky like Albertsville. He probably would have met the same fate as going into him, or met the same. Probably would have had a better outcome of being like Albertsville, who got to live but still got captured and still set free because most likely the guy was still saving his neck too, which was Albertsville. Not Goebbels. He dies later on in the movie and the history books with his wife and his kids. So, Hitler then decides to even have, Goring ends up bringing, not Goring, it was Goebbels, and so was generals, and Hitler bring in a guy who is licensed to do marriages from the Third Reich or the Chancellery to have him marry Eva Braun. And the guy asks in the scene, and this is actually fact here from history. He asks Hitler a proof of his Aryan ancestry and his papers, and Hitler says, "Well, I'm the Führer." I mean, uh, you already know that. Pretty much tells the guy, "Don't you dare ask me that. I'm the Führer. Do you know who you're talking to? You can't argue with the Führer. If he's Aryan, he's Aryan. He's a part of the master race. Even though he's part Jewish, African ancestry, brunette, brown-eyed or blue-eyed. Some people think brown-eyed. I think brown-eyed. And he's actually brunette or black-haired. I think also brunette. And he had different disabilities of, like, I think PTSD. He could have had encephalitis, which is a weird one that doctors said. That's a weird, interesting thing. I don't think that's very factual. I know he's said to have syphilis. That was kind of proven false. Parkinson's is the main one that everyone seems to get on board as a doctor or historian. Hitler could have also had, I know he had blood pressure issues. I know he probably screwed over his kidneys and pancreas from all his sugar eating and 20 pounds of chocolate each day. Yes, that is a Hitler fact. The guy's lucky not to be a state in my family history. Don't eat too much sugar. The moral of this guy's story on that is also don't eat too much sugar. Don't be like him. Diabetes and kidney failure is a thing. I know he could have had Asperger's syndrome. I personally believe that one. They actually had a child adolescent psychiatrist uh, who specializes in pediatric psychiatry to actually diagnose Hitler. Could have had Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of now very, I think, case or class 1 of autism now, due to DSM-5's changes of autism and Asperger's syndrome. Hitler could have had OCD, was it bipolar, manic depression, or whatever. I think the PTSD one, in my opinion, is connected to his fighting in World War One, but also from his childhood abuse. That's my thoughts. I'm not licensed to say any diagnosis, but I can have an opinion. You know that. I can have an opinion. Uh, but yeah, Hitler does, Eva Braun does sign her last name with, on the marriage certificate of, with the word B, Ava B, before she crosses out, because she ends up starting with trying to sign the thing with the word Ava Braun, but make sure to crosses out the B and put it as Ava Hitler. And have a little celebration of dinner and a little champagne there for the wedding celebration. And even afterwards, the next scene, Hitler is told by his generals that none of the rest of the army divisions or general rank is able to rescue and save Berlin and Hitler, and he decides that, to stay, and he will never choose to surrender. And this is one thing Hitler's generals do discuss when Hitler decides to leave the power to his generals instead and be done with it for losing his war. We know he'll never surrender, so let's not surrender. Hitler does decide in the end to just still not surrender and die in Berlin and kill himself. Which his generals try to get Hitler to, maybe surrender is better. We can regroup and continue. Uh, I mean, heck, they even do that with the Boeing thing, saying, well, he's in control of our outside communications. Let's let him live, so we can at least have communication with the other forces. And Hitler's like, no, fuck it. Let's cut the telephone wires. He's a traitor. So Hitler's own stupidity and obsession with traitors seems to also be a cause of why he was losing the war too. That and another theory from other people that are historians would have been the Holocaust. And I can understand why that would cost him the war. That would be for another video, I think, yo. Uh, I mean, Hitler even orders that Gunchi have their bodies cremated and gasoline there, and have all the attendants guzzle jelly cans of gasoline to pour on their bodies after they kill themselves when they commit suicide, to cremate them, so Joseph Stalin will have no remains of him. That there will be nothing left for the Russians of the guy to enjoy as trophies or to humiliate, or if he would have gotten captured when he was alive, to end up being paraded by the streets. Because this was the time when Hitler realized Benito Mussolini had been captured by a bunch of Italian partisans and strung up with his wife and I think someone else there. But was it Cicero there? Cicero or whatever. And, beaten, humiliated, after they were killed. And they were strung up at a gas station. Hitler did not want that humiliating fate to happen. But he knew the Russians would have done worse to him, even if his body was still able to be found. Uh, and Dr. Snack and Renault, or even older than the next thing to come to the fuel bunker and discuss, how with Hitler, how he can better kill himself quickly by shooting himself, and why it was good to use the cyanide capsule. Because because of his Parkinson's, if his hand shaked, he would hit the optical nerve when he pulled the trigger. That could have been a chance, and that would have but not good, not a quick test. And that's why they said, bite into the cyanide capsule. This kills it also. This is like plan B to make sure that, I guess in the case, if I was going to say plan A was shooting yourself in the head, plan B would kick in quickly and shut down the nervous system and your breathing system in a matter of seconds and kill you instantly. This is one reason why Eva Braun decided to take the cyanide capsule and do what Hitler would do, which is bite into cyanide capsule and shoot himself, because she wanted to be a pretty corpse, even though she was gonna be a pile of ashes. So I mean, enjoy being a pretty corpse while you can, because you'll be a pile of ashes with your husband. So, oh well. But Hitler then does have which Dr. Snake walks into the restroom, I guess to use the restroom bill, and finds Blondie tied up to his soul and bulking and most likely fearful, because the next scene is of Hitler feeding and shutting Blondie as pet dog's jaws there. One of the cyanide capsules, causing the capsule to break into his dog's mouth and killing his own beloved canine pet. That he considered the best friend that had puppies, that he ends up also having drowned and shot with Ava Braun's dog cell too. Uh, and he actually does in the scene, and I think in real life and the movie does look very shocked and realized his dog died. He just killed his best friend, the thing he could only trust in life, that he actually would yell at after the Valkyrie assassination attempt on him that failed. Uh, of July 20th, 1944, when his dog wouldn't respond to him, and he would grab the dog by its jaw there and hold its head and yell at it and say, are you like my generals too? Are you betraying me too? Yet he kills his own beloved pet because he thinks that the capsules that were originally from Heinrich Himmler were duds and would just knock him out and have him be handed off to the Russians. And he wants to make sure they're going to work. So, what better guinea pig to use? Your beloved pet. Not, I don't think the most ethical thinking, and I don't think that's very wise. But, Hitler's Hitler. Obvious thinking with him. Nothing was value, even his own pets. He was just that narcissistic kind of guy. Ava Braun is seen in the next scene of, smoking a couple of cigarettes, and Ava Braun does tell her, you gotta get out of the bunker. Just promise me you'll get out of here alive. And she hands him a full coat that she liked as a gift before she's gonna kill herself. Uh, And, Turtledrunk decides, never to take this but also the interesting thing is Ava Braun would wear things for like an hour and then have them incinerated. And knowing where all the money came from for this stuff was from him. She blew his money, like, God forbid, like a college student in student loan debt. I know, you guys get more credit cards, and you wonder why you're in the debt in the first place. I don't know. Maybe you took out a loan. Okay, stand with part 9 or 10 here, and on to part 10 or 11 here. This is Lisa Stade signing off, saying make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channels of Lisa Stade and Hitler Obsessed. Hit the notification bell, like the videos, leave a comment to my videos. You can become a patron and donate to my Patreon and subscribe star also that's connected to Lisa Stade and or Hitler Obsessed. You can send me a friend request and a comment, or just a comment, or just a friend request to my Facebook page of Lisa Stade. I'll make sure to reply as soon as I can. And you can donate to my BitChute channel on BitChute.com of Lisa Marie Stade. I suggest you only use that channel because that one is better. And I hope you guys learned something, uh, here on this channel about, the videos and, the dictator that I love to talk about. And I appreciate that, yes, a lot of you guys have subscribed. Let's make sure to get 1,000 more subscribers here and 4,000 watch hours so I can get monetized here. I'm happy that I could actually do something and probably make money off of this with my interest in my obsessions and my Asperger's syndrome, which is good. We're also looking for probably a part-time job in the future. Well, bye now.